Okay, theoretically, that looks like it's going. Hello, everybody. I think we're good. It looks like my mic is working, so that shouldn't be a problem. Uh, hope you're all doing good. I know I think it's been a week. I didn't stream last week. That's not too bad. You know, we're getting back into it. Today we're hopefully going to be finishing off, some of the Mordheim guys. We have a couple of things that we need to do. We need to base them. We need to make a banner still, and I thought maybe we could do that together. I don't know if that would be something you guys would be interested in, but that might be something that we can do if that's of interest to you. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what we get up to. Hello, Ano. And hello, Plasma Death Jester. Welcome, welcome. So one of the things I thought we might do is we could make a banner together. I think I have scissors somewhere, which are going to be essential for this. And then we also are going to make some like dock work bases, and I thought these would work as like the dock posts. And then I've got some stir sticks. These ones have little bears on them, and those bears will definitely be useful in some project. Probably not this one. But we have those that we can use. So that's kind of the idea here. I guess we could also put them on like little rafts in the ocean, but we're probably not going to do that. The big question is whether or not I have scissors close to hand, and it doesn't look like I do. So we might start with the docks and see where we get. Basically, we're gonna just paint stuff like a normal day. But these should work as like planks, and then these should work as little posts. And I think they'll turn out cute. I've got water so I can hydrate. Yeah, I don't really know what purpose wooden stir sticks would serve other than for miniature projects. Hi Goober, how's it going? The part that always makes me nervous is popping these little guys off their temporary bases. So we're just gonna bite the bullet. Oh, that one came off very clean. But we have several to do that for. So we're gonna start with that. That way, if we have any damage control that we need to do, we can get that taken care of. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully they'll all just come off real easily. But we'll see. And I have this little tool as well. I can kind of wedge under there. They turned out nice. I added some highlights to them, just sort of basic stuff. They turned out so nice and grungy that I really didn't want to kind of like ruin that look too much with highlighting, so it's very, very basic. But it's enough. I think it's just enough to kind of make them stand out. I added a little bit of sponged on metallic to kind of give a fish scale look to the all sorts model. And then just sort of brightened up the red on a few of the others. So they looked good. Come on, little guy. There we go. And they'll just sit over there. Nice and patient. While we get their bases done. I think I scratched some of the paint off with that, but that's fine. What a stirring question. Time to see the fiver strength. It's pretty non-existent. I'm not gonna lie to you. Unfortunately, as much as I like to play them in video games, I am not a strength build character. I'm not really a wisdom build character either. I'm just kind of a little guy. My skills are not this. Because this guy does not want to come off his base. So we'll try some of the other guys who hopefully will give us an easier time. That one felt like it would be something. And I scraped some metal somehow, so that's... There we go. Yeah. That one came off nice. Can we get this one to do the same? Felt like it. I heard the telltale little shifting sound of super glue under a base. Have I made the list for these guys? Come on, you know me. Of course I haven't. Did I varnish them before doing this, even though this step would scrape at them? Didn't think to do that. Should've. Didn't. Could still do now. Probably won't stop. Come on, we've rescued several of you. Why are you guys being difficult? I decided I didn't love his little empanadas on the base, so I think we're just going to give him a fully new base and set this one aside for something else. Because I have this base here. I should just be able to pop that off and reuse it. Or I can see about getting the empanadas off this one. But I think they're pretty stuck on there. People who are just like glue stuff down to temporary bases have never seen me try and get stuff off a temporary base. But we've got our pile. We're getting through it. We just have 2 left to go. I can feel this one shifting. There we go. Alright. Now it's just this little frogums who really does not want to come off this base. Which makes sense. There's like a single contact point. But we're gonna get him. If we all trust and believe together, we can get him. How have you guys been doing on hobby projects? How's stuff coming along for you? Hmm? Can feel something shifting. It's just not what I want to shift. Time for some Mordheim. Hey, nice to see you. Millennial Model Mayhem, everybody. Friend of the channel. Go subscribe to them if you're not. There we go. Alright, they're all off the temporary bases. Now, we gotta make them permanent bases. So, I have these adorable bear stir sticks that I don't actually think I can, like, even if I tiled these bears together, they wouldn't look right for this project, as cute as they are. I do also have regular standard stir sticks. So maybe I shouldn't have even opened the bear ones. Back in your box. Back in there. You can just use the regular ones, because obviously these bear ones are going to be perfect for some kind of Snack 28 project. I just don't know what it is yet. But I figure we can paint up a bunch of these and paint some wood grain on them, and they'll look good. We'll just make some, like, gross, grungy docks. I'm tearing off this part because we're going to use that for our banner later. I just found an envelope that I had. And, literally, we're just gonna base coat all of these stir sticks and hope that it is enough when we cut them into little boards to put on the base. And then we'll paint some wood grain on top of them. I don't know what color we should do. Most people are like, your base shouldn't stand out too much. So we'll probably just do a dark brown. I've got Rhinox hide close to hand, so I think we're just gonna go with that. And then I have this, I have, like a, what do I want to call it? I have like a gel thing. Like, this is the one that I use for chocolate sauce, but I have a green one. Like a lime green one that'll look like liquid, and maybe we'll use that to do some water effects. But I don't know how far we'll get. Because I didn't fully charge my phone, and I do have other stuff to do today. So we'll see how far we can accomplish these bases. And if it doesn't all get done today, the Mordheim tournament isn't until the 28th. And I should, theoretically, have time. But you never know. I could use a bigger brush and get this done way quicker. I don't know why I chose this tiny brush. Probably just because it was the closest one. Which faction rules are they going to use? They will be a cult of the possessed. So they're going to be probably like whatever is the Corn equivalent, because Corn's my favorite chaos god. They'll be that one. I should have written a list. I keep saying that just about every stream. But guess what I have not done yet is written that list. So it'll happen, probably, at some point before the 28th. It might happen the 27th, I'll be real with you, but it will happen. Okay, that's working much faster. Corn and his red 40. The Moomin cutting mat is an essential part of the hobby setup. I don't know if you knew that. That is, it brings me serotonin, which I desperately need in these trying times. So it is essential. Look at little Moomin and the Moomin house and go, ah, how idyllic. I wish. These keep sliding around, which is making them a little bit hellish to work with. But it's definitely faster to just paint them like this. And then I'm not worried about painting the ends because I can just snip those off. Hell yeah. Okay. There we go. Now, for the little, like, dock holes, these bits, I'm assuming I should just be able to, like, dunk them in and get the color super even and scrape off a bit of the excess. But then I should just be able to, like, you know, because I don't need the whole length of them necessarily. I don't know if that's working as well as I want it to. But, like, that's just done. And it took 3 seconds. And I should be able to just stick it in something. What do I have close to hand? I have this little chocolate box. And those can just hang out and dry. I don't know if that's actually showing up. Hang on, let me put that on camera. I knew I was saving. Okay, it's a miracle that that popped out and did not hit any of the miniatures. We'll be more careful. That might have been a warning to us. What's up? How is it going? Good to see you here. We're streaming. We're working on basing materials. I'm turning this nearby chocolate box into an unwitting hedgehog to hold up all these little dock posts. But I think these bases will be really cool if I can pull them off like how I envision them. I think there's some chocolates in there as well, so I might end up eating the rest of those later and being like, why is there a hole in this one? Because I stabbed it a bunch of times. But then I figure while these are drying, we can make the banner together. I say together. I'm gonna draw it, and you guys are gonna cheer me on. My Discord is blooping. Thank you. Let me take care of that in a second. People want my attention. What for? I couldn't fathom. Ugh. There. Okay. Just 2 more of these to go. Discord should stop blooping because I've closed the tab. So if we hear a ghost Discord, we're really in for it. And last one. Yep. Okay. Awesome. Set these aside. Now, I've never made a paper banner before. So, we're all going to be very supportive and think that I'm very good at my job. Which is not this, technically. I need to grab scissors. I need to grab scissors. Aw, thank you. I hope it wins too. I don't know if it will. You should watch Iron Lung. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to be back in just a brief second. I have to go and grab my scissors so that we can cut out this banner. I'll be right back. Alright, I've returned. See? Promised you I wouldn't be gone that long. We're all good. Okay. So, this is as long as it can be, and this is as tall as it can be. That's our parameters right there. I think we'll go with something kind of like this. In shape. And then I know we need little tabbies to fold over the actual pole itself. So I'm just gonna make sure we have those. Hopefully those are in the right place. We probably only need 2 because we do have that post. So what I was thinking is I had doodled up some concepts. But the one that I liked was a gumball machine with a fish in the center, like it was a goldfish bowl. Because I didn't want to introduce new colors or anything. So I was thinking something like this. But if we don't end up liking this, we can change it and try something else. But this was the initial idea that I had. I don't know how well that's showing up on stream. Let me bring that a little closer so you guys can see. This was the basic idea. How do we feel about that? Gumball fish. Okay, that's getting enthusiasm. I think we could work with this, you know? I think this could be our guy. But then, I mean, we could try something else. Like I could do one of these sort of fish-shaped banners, and it would just be like a fish. And maybe we have some little scales. So that's another idea that we could do. Let's see. See if we can get a third concept out. And then we can vote for the one that we like best. It does have to involve fish in some way. Seems the right thing to do. Can maybe have like a fish looking right at you. Okay. These are our 3 choices. I'm gonna label them, we're gonna make a poll, and then I'm simply gonna paint the one that we choose as the winner. Which banner do we like best? 1, 2, add option 3. Alrighty. And I'll hold that up so that you can see it. Take your time. Choose the one that you like best. Number 2 is getting 70, no, 60%. Oh, it's fluctuating. It's fluctuating a lot. People are weighing in. It's between 2 and 3. So my original design doesn't seem to have connected with the people. I'm not making a chicken-shaped one. That's not gonna happen. Give it another minute or so. I think the fish-shaped one could have been cute, but it looks like we're going with number 2. That's the one that the people want. Yeah, all right. Let's do it. Gonna add some little tabs on here so I don't forget. And probably just rough out that shape a bit more. And then just gonna start painting it in. You also voted for number 3 before you knew what it was, but you stand by it. Well, that's fair enough. I've always wanted to do one of these like traditional style paper banners, and this is the first one that I'm doing. So I'm really excited to see how it'll turn out. Hopefully well. Figure we give it like an oceany background. If I hate how this one turns out, I will just change and do a different one. I'm within my rights to do so. You voted before you saw which number was which, Topher. Which one did you mean to vote for? How were the votes cast, and which one had you intended to vote for? I suppose we can paint up more than one, and then we can just test them out and see which one we like. If if people didn't pay attention when they voted, that doesn't help me know which one is the right one. Chat, why would you do this to me? That's not what I needed from you. You freaking goobers. And I don't know if Goober voted in the poll. 3 is the right one, which you voted for. Okay, so you voted for the one that you meant. You thought 3 was 2, so you also wanted the fish-shaped one. Okay, so you wanted the fish-shaped one. You paid attention very attentively and voted for 3. So is 3 the one that we actually wanted? Goober voted for number 1, which is fair, but isn't gonna be a tiebreaker here. You're all goofs. You're all goofs who are gonna find some way of making that my fault that you didn't read which one you voted for. I'll do both number 2 and number 3 then, and then we can decide which one we like best. Number 1 unfortunately did not get enough of the vote for me to feel like I need to try that one out. Next time you guys vote at the polls for your elections, I'm imploring you, anyone who is like, I just clicked a button, to read your choices carefully and make sure you press the button that you mean to press. You little goofs. Josh, you said you were going to see Iron Lung, or were being persuaded to see Iron Lung. I think that you should. I'd love to hear your opinions on it. If anyone else has seen it, I thought it was rather good. I won't spoil it or anything, but I had a good time, and I love seeing an indie project do well. Instructions unclear. Welcome to President Frankenstein. Yeah, something like that. Sorry, I got in the zone. Painting. Oh, his one eye. The white was not dry, so we're getting some interesting effect there. That's okay. That's all right. We can fix that. We can fix that in post. All right, I'll do this one next. Oh, and I can't forget he needs tabs, so let me just paint those in so I remember. Because if I cut it out without the tabs, we're screwed. I've got some pretty good news. I've made really good progress working on the Snack 28 expansion. So that is definitely gonna be ready in time for Adepticon. So if anyone here sees me at Adepticon and wants a copy, you should ask me about it. I may just have some. And then it will launch to the public after Adepticon is over, or maybe simultaneously. I'd kind of like to do a big, like, woohoo, release stream. So I think it'll maybe be post-Adepticon. That way, I can I can get advance copies out to some folks, but still celebrate with all of you. I can I don't know what we should do for a celebration stream. We'll have to come up with some ideas of what kind of stuff you guys would like. Um Obviously I could make some Snack 28 inspired art. I could paint some of the miniatures. We could have a look through the rules. Um, I know it would make sense for me to do like a learn to play game, but I suck at those, so I don't know. I don't know that a demo or anything would be super viable just 'cause I'm not the best at that kind of stuff, but if that's truly what everybody wanted, I could give it a shot. Um, we could see. I just feel like we should do something to mark the occasion, you know? Been working hard on it. I've certainly not been hardly working on it. I don't plan on winning Adepticon. I'm gonna put something in Golden Demon, but it's gonna be an old piece and it's not a knight. So it'll probably just blend in with everything else. I don't know if people will spot it quite as easily as they've spotted other work that I've done. Um, it's gonna be a Zote, so it won't be quite as big and noticeable. But since my piece kind of got disqualified last year, I want something that might actually be able to stay in the case throughout the entirety of the con. That's kind of the goal. Like something still distinctively mine, but definitely something that they won't just remove because I don't know. They didn't like my last one, I guess. Which is fine. It's their competition. They can do what they want. But I like showing people what I have in the case, so I want it to stay there and then I can see it when I walk by and feel like happy about that. I won't lie to you guys, I really kind of am digging the fish-shaped one more so than the other one. I think he's a lot more fun. He's got more personality. I don't necessarily know whether he's more Mordheim or not, though. People may have to weigh in and tell me in that aspect. If we've got any Mordheim experts in the chat. Zotes mentioned, yeah. This stream is never safe from Zotes being mentioned. Oh, yeah. Adding in his little fisheye, I truly think that this is the one that we should go with. Because I can kind of just block in a few details. Don't know if I love that way of doing the fins. But I can paint over it if I want. I just think this is the stronger choice. I really do. I think I'll just add a couple littler scales, and then he might well and truly be done. I don't know that I have to do anything kind of more intense than this. Try and make that top look just a bit more fish-shaped. But I mean, that's pretty good, right? That's like something. We like it. I like it. I think I want to redo these little fins with red instead of the dark brown. But I mean, I think he looks good. I think he looks cute. Yeah. And I think it'll look good. I think so. Okay. I'm gonna set this aside to dry for now. We'll get that attached in just a little bit. Good fish. Gucci. Guys are all jokesters. That's what I like about you. You're silly. Not afraid to have a good time. Alright, so we're not about to have a good time because I'm now going to spend a while painting wood grain on this. And it's funny that we're literally going to just be painting wood to look like wood, but I promise you, from my Snack 28 terrain, if you take the time to paint wood grain on wood, it really does make a difference, and it really does look good. That's like one of the things I got most consistently complimented on when I brought my terrain to Adepticon was the wood grain texture on it. So now I'm just gonna, I guess I'm gonna just do the same thing that I've done before. I might need an even brighter color. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna do this color. Just sort of rub that into the wood for a slightly different tone, but I want something a bit brighter, I think. More contrast. What do I have on my painting desk? Is there any brain matter beige left in here? Let's see. This would probably be perfect. Well, that doesn't sound promising. And it doesn't look promising. So maybe we just need to mix up a wood grain color. Can take this white and red. A lot more white in there. And something brown. Ugh. That's the wrong one. Just like a little drop, yeah. This should make something. We'll see what we get. Perfect. Probably did all of that. No, it was still on camera. It was on camera, but it was cropped out by my little border. You can see it, though. We've made a color. That's much better in terms of contrast. Because I definitely want that kind of like cartoon wood look to things. And this will all add up to looking pretty decent. Hopefully. Yeah, I think that looks good. And it dries a little bit duller, which is helpful as well. Yeah, I think it'll look good with the minis too. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I've been watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms, looking forward to episode 4 of that. Other than that, and Iron Lung, I don't think I've seen anything new since I last streamed. I did watch Krull, but I feel like we talked to death about Krull. And frankly, we did it. We got that one accomplished. It scratched that sword and sorcery film itch that I had been looking for. So chat really did fantastic with that recommendation. Can't thank you enough for Krull. And then someone recommended an old anime to me called Violence Jack, which I have not watched yet, but with a title like that, hell yeah. I'm definitely gonna be checking that one out, because how could I not? It's like Chainsaw Man, where the title's so good that you're just like, yeah, okay. I'll at least watch an episode of that. I gotta know what's going on with this man and this chainsaw. I gotta know what's going on with Jack and all of the violence. Been trying to resist the urge to just rewatch stuff that I know that I like and try new stuff and go down my list of things that have been recommended to me to watch so I can finally, be like, oh, hey, you told me to watch this ages ago. I did, and I liked it or I didn't like it. And here's what I thought about it. Hi, Squeaky Ice Cream. How's it going? How are you? Thanks for joining us. What's on your hobby desk today? Right now, I'm just painting some wood grain on these planks that are gonna become dock style, like fishing dock style bases for all of the little Mordheim guys. I wish I had little fish to like fling on the bases. I should try sculpting. Uh but I heard that they're not going to be making green stuff anymore, or maybe just one brand from a company isn't going to be making green stuff anymore, so that's interesting. I hope that doesn't affect like the hand sculpting scene too much because we do have stuff like Milliput. Um, but that's a shame. Uh, I love a hand sculpted mini. I love to see it. Oh, I got a hand sculpted mini on my desk right now. I'm pretty sure this one's from Gubengits. Uh, who had like a random like pay me and I'll sculpt you a random miniature inspired by whatever. So I have this angry licorice all sort man that I gotta paint. I'm excited to paint him. His face is angry and we're gonna find a way to make it cute. That's the big hang up that I have is that he could be cuter. Um he's very angry. Violence Jack mellowed a bit. Now he's inside voice Jack. That's pretty good. You ate some dal? I need to try. I need to branch out from just getting chicken tikka masala and garlic naan when I order Indian food. Like I like samosas. I've liked other Indian dishes that I can't remember the names of right now that I've tried. But I always just go with the default. So I know dal isn't really like out there in terms of uh obscurity or anything, but I should really be trying different stuff. Okay, it's just one brand, Green Stuff World. Fair enough. As long as people still have access to actual green stuff, then we should be fine. I figured it was something like that because I was like, well, I know the army painter sells green stuff. It's way too expensive. I'm not paying $17 for green stuff now, but like theoretically, I could if I wanted to. I think I might throw a wash over these when they're done too, just to further like weather them and get them all grungy and stuff. I'm not the best at grimdark, but I sure am out here trying to make something a little less bright than usual. I really want to see the banner should be dry. And I really want to cut that out and see how it's going. So, we're going to take a brief respite from painting wood grain to cut this out. I guess I could do this with an X-Acto knife, but I don't use or have one close to hand. So I'm just gonna go with scissors, because I trust them. And I'm not gonna forget to cut out the tabs. No wonder there's a green stuff shortage. You used it all to make legs. That's true. You really did. You were like, well, I'm gonna make all these bootleg Tyranids. The casts look like they've come out really good. So kudos to you on that. You used did you use Oimaru or whatever that is to make the mold? I can't remember. I feel like you didn't make like a resin cast mold or anything like that. I guess thermoplastic would be the non-brand name for that. it's gonna be so cute. Oh, this is gonna be so cute. Why have I never made paper banners before? They're adorable. If there's any like white spots that I didn't quite cut out perfectly, I can just add some paint. But yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Come on. He's adorable. Oh, I gotta glue that on right now. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I should probably paint the back. Um, so it doesn't stand out as like stark white. Um, why did no one think to tell me to do that? I wouldn't have listened to you if you did, but you could have thought to tell me that. Just gonna throw some like some of this color on there because it's what we have and it'll work just fine. Make it look more like, I don't know, canvas or hide or something as opposed to just paper that I literally had sitting on my desk. Do that and then we can glue the tabs. It's really cute though. Listen, I don't know if I'll win any games, you know, but as often I have found I can win some hearts with my paint job, if not actual skill. We can we can impress with some freehand. The back could be black, that's fair. I feel like it would be too dark. Um it would like draw too much attention if it was pure black, so I'm just gonna go with that sort of dirt color, which should hopefully dull it down enough that it just kind of looks like nothing, and that should work as like blending in, I think. The people's champion. A soy sauce fish banner would have been a clever suggestion too. I have to keep remembering that these are in fact not Snack 28 guys. They're Mordheim guys, so they don't all need to be candy themed. We do have one character for Snack 28 that comes with a flag. And there's an option to just have the banner pole not have the flag attached. That way you can freehand your own banner and make paper banners. And yes, I'm very much looking forward to painting that one. He's been very popular. People really like Bat on a Gummy Worm. I got completely silent there because I was focused on seeing how much I could draw that line out. But I think when taken like all together, it'll make for a cute cute warband. It'll look nice in photos too. I think I think I've really managed to make something special. And I don't always try and do that, so hopefully it's just one that people will like and they'll look at it and go, "Oh, what? What warband is that? Oh, Cult of the Possessed. That makes sense. They're all little freaks." And I will write stats for them. I think All Sorts has to be the leader now, just because of how much I like the banner that I've made. People would just kind of assume that he was the leader anyway. So all of them will get little names and stuff like that. I think overall the group that I'm playing with, hopefully, even though it's a tournament, it seems like it's going to be more of a casual thing than a super, super competitive thing. Uh, I think that's most of the energy with Mordheim is that it's a little bit more narrative, um, than like I don't want to say like rules based, but like it's less strategic and more narrative. I guess I don't. You know what I'm saying? People aren't out there building for the meta in Mordheim. Possibly just because it's an unsupported game, so the only people left playing it are the ones who really want to. But all the cool kids play Mordheim, from what I've learned. Almost done with all this wood grain. Then we can chop it up to use it for basing. Or slap some weathering on there. I think we do need to do that. I think it'll look better with a wash sponged on at the very least. Just something. Trying to dirty it up. Not always the easiest. Because right now I think the bright tan stands out just a little bit more than I'd like. So if I can throw a wash over it and dull it down, it should remain the background feature and not overtake the miniatures at any point. Because I think that was some people's comments on why they don't particularly like basing their minis. They're just like, well, the miniature is enough on its own, and any basing would detract from the miniature. And I think that's a really fair argument. Especially when doing something like this, where you're putting a lot of extra stuff on there. I think worrying about distracting from the work that you actually want people to focus on is a really fair concern. You've said the Elder Bats Plasma Death Jester. I don't know why bats, but yeah. Sure. Were you just talking about like people who play Mordheim being typically like older or more um like hangers on from early days of the Warhammer hobby? I think hangers on is the wrong word, but I just want to make sure I understood the context of your comment there. One more to do. Then we'll be ready to go. And I imagine my banner will also be done at that point, so I can attach it. Do you guys have any, like, I should just be able to glue the tabs to the back and have it be fine, I assume. Yeah, that's definitely drying. I assume that'll stay on there. Yeah, and that doesn't look too bad from the back either. I should have done a more even paint job, but I can always go back in and add that if it ends up bothering me. I guess I'll just put little dabs of super glue. And then I'll have this and fold over. Yeah! There he is. Oh, that's incredible. I love that so much. Here he is so you can see him. Look at him. He's precious. He looks so good. Vases are sometimes like mini dioramas. That's super fair. Alright. So, how this is theoretically gonna work is somewhere in here. I've got this green gel, which should theoretically, oh yeah, it will act as an adhesive as well, which is great, but I'm just gonna put this down, and we won't get to see the final version because it's gonna take a while to cure. But this is gonna be water like beneath the actual dock. And then I should just be able to place the sticks on top of it. Where is... Yeah. I forgot to weather them. I can put some weathering on later if I end up wanting to. I got so excited. But yeah, that way it can kind of seep through and be like watery and grungy. And it won't be that neon lime green when it dries. And I'm not gonna clip the like excess off the bases. I'll wait until they're well and truly cured, and then I should be able to get that off. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. 10 out of 10 love the banner. Awesome. Great. It was sort of what the public voted for, but the public was very bad at reading the context of the vote. So the public wasn't actually sure at any point what it was voting for. But then yeah, that should be a little dock. And then we have our posts here. Which will just end up on the edges. It's little supports. I'll have to glue those on separately. Give them a bit of super glue. Make sure they're stuck down. Probably best to add them in after everything's dried and cured. But I just want to see how it looks. So we can have an example one. That needs to be cut down a little more. But yeah, then it'll be something like that. Can either have him kind of standing, looking at the edge of the dock. I'm not gonna risk him because he's the best one. We'll put a little dragon up. Hang on, let me scoop this so you can get the full picture of how that's gonna look. I think that looks like a dock, especially when the goo kind of dries and I trim it up. But I think that'll look good. I could tie some little twine as well around the posts, make them more like, you know, something. It looks good. It looks good. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong about this. So I'm going to keep going. Some of it sure is going to end up being work that nobody sees because I don't actually want to like suspend the dock part above fake water, but that's okay. I think it'll still be worthwhile overall. And I can do ones that are a little bit more haphazard. This part of the dock isn't as well maintained. It is Mordheim after all. A fish tin boat, that's a different game. That's freaking, what's it called? Oh, there's an indie game where you make boats out of fish tins. Scabs! It's called Scabs. That's Scabs. Wonder if I could just... No, I can't just stick that one. Okay. They do have to be glued on. That's fine. I like these where you can see more of the water poking through, so I think that's how I'm gonna do the majority of them. I will post finished photos of them on Instagram where everything's dried and cured. I have all the minis attached to their base. Because we've basically finished the project at this point. Which is cool. I don't know when the last time was that I streamed a project start to finish for you guys. Pretty much the whole project. I did a little bit of highlighting off stream, but that's like nothing, you know? You pretty much saw the whole warband come together, and it didn't really truly take us that long. We did some good work together. And I'm proud of what we accomplished. Hope that you guys are too. And I hope that you got to do some kind of fun hobby project along the way. We got to hear about Anno beating Bloodborne as well, which is pretty sick. I always recommend that game. It's the best one. That post went off into no man's land. Will I have enough without it? Probably not. But I can always make more. And some parts of the docs theoretically wouldn't have a post showing anyway. I just think it looks nice when they do. Wood shrapnel. Another set of legs. Hell yeah, let's go. More nids for your nid army. At least we know where the green stuff shortage is originating from. It's definitely your need for nids. Wood shrapnel is certainly happening. I won't lie to you about that. It's going places. I think there was just a little bit of something left on the base, so now it doesn't want to like lie flat when I try gluing another post on. So it's got one side that's kind of like schlooping up. which is funny to me. Just some more of that kind of classic rickety Mordheim construction. Nothing's perfect. Everything's a little bit insane. And corrupted by warpstone. I'm waiting for this post to dry. Not every dock is flat. Too expensive. Oh yeah? Jura's cool. We love Jura the Hunter. Hopefully Future Fiver does not get a splinter from Present Fiver, because Future Fiver would be very angry. This is all like craft balsa wood too, so it would feel very silly if I got a splinter from this. I'm impatient, and it's gonna be my downfall. Impatience is always my downfall in projects. Just wait for the super glue to set, and you should be fine. But no, I can't do that. You know what? What if this post is fallen over? What if it's damaged? That's something that actually looks good. Yeah, I could be fine with that. Maybe impatience isn't my downfall. Haha. And I'll do this one without any posts on it. Just wood. This will just be a nice simple one. Sometimes you need that. See, that one took no time at all, was easy, didn't give me any problems. I wasn't doing anything complicated. I'll do another one like that. They're looking good. I promise it's a little aggressive just because of the shade of this green before it dries, but it's gonna look so good when it's actually dried and cured. I wish I could like show you that, but there's no way to really have an example of that done, so we'll both just have to wait. And I should have enough planks and posts too, which is good. Easy GG. I think it's been good. I think this has turned out good. They look good and fun. I think it's just been such a long time since I was trying to do any base that wasn't candy themed that it does feel refreshing to have something non-candy in the works. I did just knock over this guy, and the banner pole got a little bit of goop on it, which means I'm gonna put him back here so I don't accidentally knock him into more goop, because that would be sad. I think this will communicate the idea of docks pretty well, and with all the fish theming, it should translate. I think people will get what I was going for. They're certainly not the best docks that exist in the world of miniature hobbying, but I think they're good enough. I'd be impressed if somebody showed up with this. They'll maybe turn out a little bit toxic wasty for some people's taste, but it is warpstone corruption. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Yeah, Anno, that was a great theme suggestion, honestly. I really appreciated that suggestion because I think it's going to be the perfect way to tie all these little weirdos together. And it was fun to try and figure out how I was going to do it too. It was an interesting challenge because I hadn't done docs before. But it was honestly a lot of techniques that I already knew how to do, like painting wood grain and making something that looks kind of liquid, these gels, so it was nothing like that was uncomfortably out of my wheelhouse. But just, a couple new skills to discover along the way. And we got to make our first paper banner. I want so many banners now. I need models with banner poles. That's what I'm going to be on the lookout for at Adepticon, because I'd love to just make a bunch more banners. I think that that would be really fun. I liked doing it this time. I can imagine myself doing it a lot again. Maybe that's what I should just do. Specialize in would be making banners for war bands. Except they'd probably want me to paint like Space Marine shit. And I'd be like, you can have a picture of a unicorn on an ice cream cone instead. How do we feel about that? Yeah, I mean, rivers can have docks. It's close enough. There's enough fish in the art of Mordheim that they've got to come from somewhere. And anywhere with a dock is I mean anywhere with like a boat and water kind of needs a dock. been a fun project to get back into. And we've basically, I mean, if all that I have left to do is glue stuff to the bases and paint the base rims once these are dried and cured, we've definitely got it done before the tournament. And that's exciting. He got that dock in him. I think it might actually be the first kit bash for an all sorts model as well. Because I haven't seen anyone else do that. I'm sure it's possible. Other people definitely could have. That's something that could exist out there in the world. I just haven't seen it. And you know, most people would probably post that and show me if they had done it. I'd like to think so anyway. Honestly, I don't know if there's gonna be any awards for like best painted army or anything like that. But if there are, know that I'm competing. I will enter my guys and I will hope for the best. And I will let you know how it goes. And I will fling the remaining wood skewers everywhere, all across my hobby studio, apparently. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Let's get this little guy. Oh, come on. You're the last piece. You have to cooperate. You don't have a choice. I do think maybe little bits of string around some of these posts is something that I'll do. Because I have string, so it'd be fairly easy to do. This post doesn't want to stay. I think because I cut it crooked, it doesn't have a good kind of like grip spot to hang on to, but it's just gonna have to deal with it. I want it on there. Okay, maybe I can cut it a little better. Yep, that did it. Awesome. We finished! Yay! Hi, welcome! First time chatter, let's go. What up, Melina? We just finished up doing some dock work bases for my Mordheim warband. This was the last step in the process, so it's been super fun. Painted some wood grain on stir sticks and made little posts, and now we just gotta wait for stuff to cure and then trim it up, and then I can put the minis on the bases and they're gonna be all ready for game day. We also painted a paper banner. This is my first ever paper banner. What do you think? What do you think? Is it cool? I'm really satisfied with it. I'm super happy with it. I think we all did a great job. You guys for cheering me on, mostly me for painting it. Um, but yeah, I think this turned out so cute. He's just a little baby, and then he's gonna go on a dock. Could go on any of these docks. Maybe the ruined one? I don't know. We'll find the right base for the right guy when the time comes. But all these little freaks are gonna go on their dock bases later and become a beautiful cult of the possessed. And hopefully win me many victories. Or at least like one. I'd be good with one. I hate to dip just as a new person is coming in, but that was what I wanted to get accomplished today, and we did it. So I don't really have more project for this one left to do, except to actually write the stat list for all of these guys. And no one is gonna get to watch me do math on stream. I get to struggle with that in the privacy of my own home. That is a nightmare-ridden time of dyscalculia and panic for me. Who decided that we had to do math in order to play fun games? And why? Why would they be so cruel to me? But yeah, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for witnessing this chaos and hanging out with me and helping me via a poll that you guys didn't read, so you didn't know which option you actually wanted to vote for in terms of the banners. Still got this guy. I don't think this fish banner is gonna go anywhere else. He is cute, but I don't have another banner poll to put him on at this time, so you could do the math for me. That's very true. That's very fair. I do have this totally legitimate non-bootleg copy of the Mordheim rulebook. Which might be a little bit bootleg and a little not legitimate. But it does have all of these beautiful illustrations in here. And we're going The Cult of the Possessed, which is page 72. Yeah. So, see, they all have a cost to hire, and then their equipment costs money too. So I've got to figure out all of that. Magister, possessed, mutants, Dark Souls, beastmen, all that stuff. He's gonna be our Magister, I think, because he's the fanciest. I feel like Guy wearing a fish should be a beastman. This frog who's capable of great magic and power is probably also gonna be a beastman. And then, this guy, he's giving mutant to me, so he's probably gonna be our mutant. And then these little nobodies will end up being our Dark Souls. I think that's what is gonna happen. But I don't know if I have the money to outfit them all and hire them all and buy little weapons for them all. Some of them are very clearly, like, this guy should probably have a sword and shield, because he's holding a sword and shield. I want to cut away these, like, annoying bits of the base, where it's just like, yeah, that's kind of like a rock, which wouldn't make sense to be on a dock. But what I'm probably going to do is just secure him with, I'm just going to put some goop over it. And these little guys are also just gonna get some goop on the bases. But like this guy, he belongs on the docks right away. He's wearing a little fish barrel. He makes perfect sense. he's gonna have no problem. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, Phil. I love how they came together too. I really do. I think that they're gonna look fun on the table, and hopefully, like if I win a game, that would be great. If I win one out of, I think you play 4 games in a day, I think that would be great. But we'll see. I'll report back to you. But for now, I'm gonna go have a snack. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and thanks so much for being here. Bye!